Are we filming?
We are.
All right, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Westcliffe Estates Community Association All Candidates meeting for College Ward. My name is Tristan Mack and I'm the creator of the Bellscorners Rocks Facebook group. You can find us on Facebook if you haven't already. I moved to Bellscorners about how long ago, Michelle? 4 years? 5 years we've been here. So anyways, when we moved here, a lot of my friends who live downtown said, how can you live in Bellscorners? It sucks. There's nothing to do.
Beautiful BC.
Yeah, there's nothing to do. It's terrible. Like, how can you live out there?
You're not friends with any of those people now, right?
No, we're still friends. So anyways, I kind of like half agreed with them. I'm like, yeah, I could. So anyways, I thought, you know what? Let's make Bellscorners better. And that's what we're here to do tonight. I think we can have a really positive dialogue. And I just want to thank everyone for coming out and taking part in this process. They approached me about getting people together to host this debate, and I thought it was a great idea. I ran as a candidate in the 2008 election provincially, and it was a pretty scary experience, but it was also a lot of fun, and I missed meetings like this. They happen less often. You have the Rogers debate on TV, but you can't interact and shake hands with those people on your laptop, unfortunately. So I think it's really great that everyone's come out to have this evening tonight, and I just want to say thanks. Also, thanks to the Westcliffe Estates Community Association, the Lynwood Village Community Association for supplying snacks, all the candidates for coming as well. So first up, we have the 3 candidates for public school trustee. Each of them is going to have 5 minutes just to introduce themselves and let us know why they would make a great candidate for school trustee. So first up, we have David Fulton. And Michelle is going to time you. She has signs there for 2 minutes and 1 minute. So you have 5 minutes, David.
Thank you, thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Tristan for putting this event together. And I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Dave Fulton, and I'm running for Ottawa-Carleton District School Board Trustee in the College Ward Zone 5. Over the past few weeks of my campaign, I've had the privilege of meeting with many of you to discuss the quality of education in the College Ward. Some of you have asked me, Dave, what exactly is a school trustee? A school trustee is a member of the school board who represents the interests of the students, the parents, and the constituents of the College Ward. And if you elect me as your representative, I'll do just that. I'll be your voice on important issues which matter to you, like quality buildings, quality equipment, class sizes, portable classrooms, the availability of bilingual education classes, and fiscal responsibility. All residents can vote for school trustee. So whether you're interested in quality education or you just want to have a voice in the way that your tax dollars are being spent, I encourage you to get out and vote on October 27th. Another question that I was asked during my campaign is, Dave, why should we vote for you? The answer to that question is simple. I feel that I can best represent our local interests as I'm the only candidate who both lives and works in the College Ward. And as a college director and a former public high school teacher, I feel that I'm the only candidate with the educational experience and background to effectively represent your voice on the school board. And again, as the only candidate with years of financial management experience, I plan to play a key role in helping the board with next year's budgeting to ensure that funding in key areas and programs are in place. I'm not a government bureaucrat and I'm not an activist with a personal agenda. Like you, I'm a resident of the College Ward who's interested in quality public education for all. So on election day, October 27th, I encourage you to vote for me, your experienced and local candidate, David Fulton. Thank you.
Thanks very much, David. And next up we have Anita Olsen-Harper. Anita, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. It's louder.
Sorry.
So we don't have a microphone, unfortunately.
I'll stand up then. Good evening. My name is Anita Olson Harper. I'm running for the Public School Board Trustee College Zone. I believe strongly in improving the quality of and equity in education. This is because the achievement of justice and health and cooperation and peacefulness in society is an inevitable product of education. The education of children and youth is a priority for parents and the public, and it is certainly a priority for me. We know that successful children produce healthier and successful societies. We also know that successful children don't just happen. It takes a lot of work and effort from the entire community. For a productive society, every child's educational needs must be met. For example, the diversity within classrooms must be recognized. Contemporary teaching technologies must be expanded to meet the learning needs of all the children in the classroom. Too often this has not been the case. The needs of only the majority group are met, while those of others are met only to the extent that there is time and resources remaining. We should explore the various ways that technology can help individual students. For those who have communication problems, such as limited verbal skills or inadequate English language proficiency, there are assistive technologies that are available. And the same is true for visually or hearing impaired students or those with learning, behavioral, or cognitive disabilities. Bellscorners is a strong and vibrant community. To remain so, it needs schools that meet student needs within the community. It needs modern schools that are safe for students and for staff. It needs programs and services that allow students to remain within the community, and schools that can answer to the need for recreational space and community events. Students here should not have to leave to receive the instruction that they need. The difficulties of children with special needs, for example, ought not be compounded by lengthy transportation to and from facilities in Barrhaven or in the Maryvale area. They should be available right here in Bellscorners, and the same is true for French immersion. Educating youth should encourage solid family and community foundations that foster trusting relationships with teachers and all the school staff. Education should instill pride in cultural heritage, which strengthens students' self-identities. This is the reason that it is so important to keep students within their own home communities. School priorities should be determined by the parents themselves. I will cultivate a relationship with parents whereby they feel they can safely relate their comments, their judgments, their concerns with the school board, through me. I am easily approachable, I have strong listening skills, and an effective team player. In short, I am a strong advocate for parents in public education. An equitable, inclusive education for all children is what I aim to work towards as a strong team member in the Ottawa-Carleton District School Board. I have the personal attributes for a successful school board trustee. I believe in being truthful about my qualifications and my experiences in education. My entire university years were in education, including my PhD studies, which were in the concentration of society, literacy, and culture from the University of Ottawa. School trustees can and do make a significant difference to the excellence of our schools and to the quality of education for all children. Should I be elected, I will listen to the community and be an effective advocate on your behalf. Please give me your support for Public School Trustee on October the 27th. Thank you. Miigwech.
you very much, Anita Olson-Harper. And the last candidate for school trustee is Jeremy Whittick. Jeremy, you have 5 minutes.
Well, thanks very much, Tristan. Thanks to the Westcliffe Estates Community Association, as well as the Lynwood Village Association for hosting tonight's event. These are great opportunities to listen and hear from your candidates and interact on issues of importance in our education system. I'm running for school trustee because I believe in the quality and the potential of Ottawa's public school system. As I travel across and speak to many voters in College Ward from the various 12 schools in our area, I've identified 5 key priorities that matter most to you. I'm going to take a moment to touch upon those 5 key areas. Number 1, the need to upgrade our aging schools, yards, and facilities. For those of you who are familiar with our schools here, Bell Public School and Bell High, we are in desperate need of facility upgrades, both to the science labs, to the physical structure of that school, and to the playground equipment. Secondly, I think the importance of sound financial management, balancing the budget, and investing those administrative savings back into student needs in the classroom is a priority in which we can focus on here in College Ward. Thirdly, school transportation. I knock on a number of doors across the area, and I'm hearing from parents that the modified school transportation routes, as well as the new bell times, may not be working in every area of our zone. Most importantly, I heard from a parent the other day who said, who had school transportation last year for their son, who now has to send their son to school and walk, as a grade 1 student, 1.6 kilometers across a very busy roadway without proper supervision or crossing guards. I think better consultation with families needs to be done to ensure that we're putting together transportation routes and bell times that work for you and your family. Fourthly, the enhancement of school programming for every student. We all know commonly across the district that there are a number of schools who benefit from programming that we may not enjoy here in College Ward. I think that we can equalize the programming opportunities for students through enhancements in technology and investments in e-learning. Finally, I think the expansion of quality and inclusive special education close to home is a priority for a lot of people here in College Ward. I'm very proud that we have Crystal Bay and Clifford Bowie here in the district that serve some of the greatest needs students, but I think keeping our students close to home, providing them with the proper supports in their home school, is the best way in which we can keep students, families, and peers together. I think as a school trustee, it's important to understand the needs of your local schools. I've had the privilege of serving before I came to Ottawa, relocated and chose to live here. I served on the Grand Erie District School Board in the Brantford area. I've learned what it takes to be an effective community representative, to listen and to relay those concerns back to the board each and every week. I think it's also important in the busy lives in which we lead today that you still need to give back to your community outside of politics. That's why I've spent a number of years volunteering with the Royal Canadian Legion as an associate member, as well as being involved in Rotary International with their youth exchange program. In closing, I would again, I'd like to thank a few people who have been very supportive and instrumental in my campaign, and those being, I do want to single out to Alex Lewis, who's the Executive Director of the Bellscorners BAA. Thanks for the work that you're doing in promoting economic development, and really, I think Bellscorners is on the upswing, and it's finally our turn here in Bellscorners to see some improvements, and Alex, thanks for the work that you're doing there. Former Nepean Mayor Mary Pitt, who's been instrumental and has been giving me some great advice about the concerns and issues here in College Ward. Rick Shirelli, your local councillor, I'd like to thank him for the support and the guidance that he's provided. And with us tonight, Pam Fitzgerald, who's the outgoing trustee. Pam, thanks for the work that you've done and the distinction that you've served the residents of College Ward over the last 2 terms. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks to all of the candidates for school trustee who came out tonight. Are you guys going to be here for the rest of the night, circulating still, talking to people? Great. So thank you. I'll now call up the three candidates who have joined us tonight for City Council, and they are Guy Annabelle, Craig McCauley, and Scott McLaren. Thank you so much to all three of you for coming out. All right, so the way this section will work, there are three candidates with us. I have 6 questions prepared. Each candidate will have 3 minutes to answer my question, and we will rotate who goes first. All right.
Spelling mistakes on it though.
No, there isn't.
Bellscorners has its perks. I see if
That's not on that bag, but thanks.
I corrected it. It was on, but
All right, so first we have, each candidate will have 3 minutes to make an opening statement. And going first will be Craig McCauley. Craig, you have 3 minutes. No, you're first.
what do I have to do?
Michelle will be timing you, and she'll show you when you have 2 minutes left and 1 minute. So go ahead, Craig.
All right. Okay, hello everybody. My name is Craig, and I'm running for councillor in, what's the number of this word, 6? College. And I was a teacher for 30 years, so that's why I'm trying to take advantage of that, get out and talk to people. I wasn't a very good teacher though, so I didn't prepare anything. So I'm just trying to, can I get some action going here, interactive? How many people here live and vote in College Ward? Raise your hand, please. Okay, so that's about half. Okay, how many people here work for the councillor, or or handlers, or other political people? Nobody. See one. Are you speaking for Councillor Charlie tonight? Just. All right. So, how many people who are voters in College Ward are prepared to haven't made up their mind yet? Okay, so I want to talk to you people. So you haven't made up your mind yet? Okay. So what do you want to hear? Does anyone, whether?
What we got to say?
Oh, okay, so I was just trying to make it interactive. You got a question? What's your big issue? Crime?
No, what we got to do for Bellscorners?
Oh, okay. All right, well that seems kind of, all right, what am I going to do for Bellscorners? Okay. Well, do you want to?
I have a question.
I might ignore it though, because if I don't like the question. What's your question first?
I want to know how you're going to handle the closing of Moody Drive from Songbird to Hunt Club.
Closing the Moody Drive from Songbird.
It's on the-
When is it going to be closed? Why is it going to be closed? I don't know
Well, I
anything
want
about
to know how you're going to handle it.
that. Can you explain the issue to me? The closing of Moody from Songbird to Hunt Club.
Answer to the first question.
What's the first question? What you going to do for Bellscorners?
All right.
You have 1 minute.
Oh, I got 1 minute. Okay, what I'm going to do is, do I get more time later, or do I have to use up everything now? A little more time later? Okay, what I promise to do for Bellscorners is, first of all, let's simplify it, okay? It's easy. If you support Rick and Alex, and you think everything's fine, no problem at all, then obviously you're going to vote Rick. So the undecided people, maybe go for Rick. I think, there's advantages to doing that, of course. If rather you're, so that's a liberal person, and when we're talking liberals, we're talking corruption and scandal. I don't want to go into that. I want to make it negative. I'm sorry. Well, okay. If rather you're a conservative fan, and you've got Guy here with his ideas, and if you're not one of those two, if you're not into liberal, Rick Shirley, stuff.
And that's time. Thank you, Craig. All candidate for City Council is Guy Annabelle. Guy, you have 3 minutes.
Good evening, people of Bellscorners. I'm going to make this very, very fast with regards to the thank you to Bill Quinn, Tristan Mack, and the people that have come to join me here tonight, the future of Bellscorners. Since I only have 3 minutes, I'm not going to please go to my website, www.guyamble.ca. All the videos are there, all the news stories are there, and please have a look at that website. I'm going to spend all my time tonight on the future of Bellscorners. We have something that's coming in 4 years. It's called D&D. We have some problems in Bellscorners, and I'm going to pass this map around to everybody. Please pass it around, because I want you to notice Bellscorners is flanked on 4 sides by the Green Bank. This is a big city. It's 2,750 kilometers. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, about trash too. We are the biggest city in Canada. Look at Bellscorners. We are flanked on 3 sides by the Green Belt. That is why Bellscorners has not grown in 25 years, actually since it was created, because we are straddled with the Green Belt. I'm going to keep this really, really fast. You're going to hear a lot of things in the next week in the media. I need you to do some things. How many people are on Facebook here? Okay, the people that are on Facebook that are paranoid, please get on Facebook, because social media and activism is the way this is going to happen for political will. Join Bellscorners Rocks. Join Westcliffe Estates Association, because I have had the greatest opportunity of meeting some folks here in the last couple of weeks that made this debate happen. I contacted, I'm not going to go into that, 11 community associations, I couldn't get one debate. Anyways, that map is very, very important, because it is part of the future of Bellscorners. When you pick up your Tim Hortons, when you pick up your Starbucks, or when you're at a bus stop, you're going to see a sign. Those signs are going to be up till October the 27th. Because we have to start that conversation now, and after the 27th, no matter what happens, we have to continue it, because you deserve better. You deserve better in Bellscorners, and I'm going to give it to you. So I need you to do a couple of things. I need you to help me on the distribution of some flyers. I need you to help me before the 27th to get some stuff in a mailbox that will communicate to the people that they are not getting value for their taxes. I am a 2-man show with some people that have helped me. This is a grassroots campaign that has been digitally created and socially media enhanced. I ask you to go to my website. You will see the Ken Hughes audit. The reason I'm running, July the 9th, 2014, a black eye on this city. You will see all the stuff. I've been involved in politics for 7 years. 4 years with Talk Ottawa with Mark Sutcliffe on municipal affairs, so I had that opportunity. I was appointed to the Business Advisory Committee of the City of Ottawa for 3 years. I sat at every meeting. The last motion I made was to dissolve the committee because it had no mandate, no councillors ever visited, and we had no work plan. A year later, Jim Watson dissolved it. The one decision, 2 or 3 decisions that I agree with him on. So that's my background. I know where the dead bodies are at City Hall. I know all about Order World. We all know about Order World, and we deserve better. Thank you very much. Please visit my website. See me after to help out and some brochures, please.
Thank you, Guy.
Thank you.
Where's he going?
And he'll be back. And finally, I'd like to introduce Scott McLaren, our final candidate for City Council. Scott, you have 3 minutes.
So my name's Scott Andrew McLaren. I born and bred in Bellscorners, right over behind Best Western. I spent my younger schooling all throughout the area. Went to Bell High School, which you've heard about earlier. Wonderful school. I just graduated Carleton. I put 6 years of really hard work getting myself, paying my own tuition, getting myself there through transit, which is fortunately, or unfortunately, quite poor through our area. And now I guess I came out of school at a perfect time to at least jump in both feet and try and make a difference. I was motivated into this by frustration on grand scheme decisions. I believe, though the plan's already been started, I believe LRT was done wrong. We were done an injustice there. LRT should have been started outside of the city, worked its way in, brought people from the outskirts right inside. I believe what we can do with that instead is take our resources which are no longer going to be needed right downtown and hopefully turn that into a benefit for the people of this community. As Guy was saying, we have wonderful green belt around us, but the legacy we're leaving with our waste is dumps. I think that's unacceptable. Personally, I prefer incineration as a method of waste management, but I'd be open to anything more forward than just leaving tons and tons of waste on the land when we're all part of such a wonderful community. The running trails I take advantage of behind my house, the parks, the neighborhoods that are just so full of greenery, and we're trying to kill that. My last big point is currently a big issue in the city. The way we're spending on cycling, I think, has been done completely wrong, but as I'm running out of time and I don't want to waste all of this, I'll just say there are issues with that. So, as I said, I came into this sort of both feet right out of school, hardworking and ready to bring a voice for this community and say things have done wrong and we deserve better. And that's what I got to say.
Well, thank you very much, Scott McLaren. We'll now move to the questions portion. So I do have some questions for the candidates. Each candidate will get to go first twice.
Can I change my battery?
Yeah, go ahead, Guy. Craig's going to go first. Anyway.
What? I already went through.
Yeah, each of you will go first. Okay, so you'll have 3 minutes, a maximum, to answer the question, but of course you're free to use less time if you want.
I'd like to.
Okay, so the question is, political apathy is an issue of great concern. Voter turnouts are low and most people aren't involved in the daily lives of their communities. A recent study found Ottawa has the lowest rate of community belonging in the province. If elected, what actions would you take to increase voter turnout and also to get people more involved in their communities?
Oh, wow. 3 minutes for that.
And Michelle is timing you as of now.
All right, so I guess the question is, how do we get more people voting? Because in the last election, 45% of the people voted in Collegeward, right? Like that. And that's not high enough, and I expect in this election it's going to be a lot lower because we don't have a race for mayor. Everyone knows Jim is going to win. And in councillor, we know Rick's going to win. So I'm trying to make this election more interesting by entertaining people and creating some controversy. I know sometimes I go too far. But that's the way I'm going to get more people out. I'm going to get more young people in. I'm going to give them a serious choice. Because between the same old liberal stuff and so I'm going to do some, the way I'm going to get people involved is I'm going to promote fair elections. And to have a fair election should not be based upon how much money you have. So to make that point, I'm running without spending any money. Once I get elected, I will not take any, 2 minutes, I will not take any money at all from the taxpayer. So does that sound, maybe I'm not a great politician, but I will save the taxpayer $500,000 a year, because I'm not going to take the salary, the $100,000, I'm not going to take the $6,000 a year car allowance, I'm not going to take the rich pension, I'm not going to take all the $250,000 a year office budget that allows the councillors to buy a lot of friends. I'm the honest politician. Why can I do that? Am I really honest? How can you trust me? Well, I don't need the money. I'm a retired teacher. Come on, I was taught for 30 years. I got an indexed pension. It's not fair. So I want to give back to the community. Once I got elected, zero power too. Zero power. Really, everyone should be at the table. Everyone should have a voice, not just the developers who finance the politicians, and not just the people with big budgets. I'd like to ask the trustees, candidates for trustees, and the other politicians, where is your financing? Guy, for example, who is financing your campaign? I think it's important to know before the election. Can I ask all the politicians here, everything has to be declared after the election, right? So 6 months after the election, we know who is financing. I asked Mr. Rich Rowley in particular, and also everyone else, Guy, but is it not important who is paying for those signs? Because you win with money, you win with signs. So obviously I'm not going to win. So, Scott, maybe go for Scott. Obviously I can turn a lot of people off, so Craig is good. My zero means zero platform. Zero power, zero money spent on my campaign, zero salary, consultation, and zero does mean zero. Zero means zero means zero. You can trust me. Well, maybe not. Zero salary, zero campaign, I have my 3 issues. Have I got time to address my 3 important issues?
No.
I don't.
Thank you, Craig.
Hooray! Let's keep the rest of it. Vote for me. Or not. You don't vote for me, vote for Scott at least. But don't vote for Rick. Don't vote for Guy. Come on, you people are smarter than that.
My next question, Craig, you're out of time. My next question is for Diana. Guy, recently we have seen a decline in retail business in Bellscorners with many empty storefronts and the loss of such large outlets as Pizza Hut and Staples. If elected, what would you do to improve the fate of business in Bellscorners? And also, what business experience do you have which you think would be helpful?
Okay, thanks for the question, Craig.
Tristan.
Sorry. Restart the timer. When Canada built the big boxes, we all know what happened. It's basically the suburban end of... Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, I'll stand up.
I got a mic
Restart
here.
the clock.
Where's your bullhorn?
Thanks. When Canada started all the big boxes, we all know what happened. But again, one of the
I had a day of work because of those big boxes.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. I love big boxes too, but what I'm saying is we're straddled by 3 ends in the green belt. We are unable to grow more than what we are, and that's why what's happening is the people that serve locally...
Sir, you'll have a chance to ask questions after,
Things that
okay?
serve locally, all the local services, the dry cleaners, the restaurants, everything else, you know, they're doing okay. We have 15% vacancy rate. I'm going to be really fast on this because I want to get to what the solution is. What do we know is happening in 4 years? 5 years, depending on if they get all the bugs out of D&D. Well, we're supposed to have 10,000 people come. Good planning in a good city requires good leadership. And in the past 15 years, and not even tonight, can we expect the representative to show up. So what I'm offering you on October the 27th is I will fight and I will protect your tax dollars, but I will get what Bellscorners deserves. And that is a commuter rail line within 5